All right, Chiefs draft a receiver. 55, Rashee Rice is the pick, the king of drawing pass interference penalties, most in the nation this year. Connor, what do you think of the pick?
A true outside wide receiver in Kansas City, an acrobat, a big-time leaper. I think Rice tested better than his actual play speed, so I'm curious how separation goes for him early on at the next level. But when you're playing in the Chiefs offense, the play is also going to break down plenty where you can go to him when it turns into a backyard scramble situation. I think that's something the Chiefs probably loved about him. So Rice is somebody that can play above the rim. He's got good athleticism, especially when fighting for the football. I thought he had some killer run blocks as well to kind of add to that outside receiver dimension. So the Chiefs wanted to get bigger with their targets, and they grab a guy in Rashee Rice that plays big.
And you know what? It matters for fantasy? Not at all. Not at all. And I'll tell you why. Look, at some point next year, we're going to be on the set of Fantasy Football Happy Hour talking about the 4 for 126, 2-touchdown game for Rashee Rice. I couldn't tell you when that game's coming. Because, by the way, there's going to be a game like that for Sky Moore. And there's going to be a game like that for Kadarius Toney. And Justin Ross probably. And Marquez Valdez-Scantling. By the way, Richie James is there as well. And don't forget this passing offense goes through Travis Kelce. Not to mention if they re-sign Jerick McKinnon, he obviously involved in the passing game. The fact of the matter is that for all the talent that Patrick Mahomes and this Kansas City offense has, there's inconsistent fantasy value outside of Travis Kelce. And I think that if I was to pick somebody that wasn't Kelce in the passing game to draft, I think it'd be Kadarius Toney. Think about Mecole Hardman, as a second-round pick. Think about they signed Juju, they signed MVS. We've seen bigger name wide receivers come there and just not have consistent fantasy value. Just the way that offense runs, because Mahomes is such a magician, you can find anyone. And nice pick, good pick, great landing spot for Rice. The rich get richer with another wide receiver for Mahomes and Reed to play with. But fantasy-wise, I can't see this guy having consistent fantasy value because of how loaded Kansas City is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Chiefs, they're the best offense in the league by margin because of Mahomes and because of Kelce and Reed. But from a fantasy perspective, not the most attractive necessarily for pass catchers or for running backs. But the Chiefs add another weapon at 55.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.